If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
The text message says, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're screwing me.
Is Shannon Sharpe the next Justin Baldoni? Well, the NFL legend and broadcaster is definitely taking a play from Justin's playbook. After a $50 million lawsuit of SA, he is now dropping a treasure trove of text messages that he says declares his innocence.
Imagine opening your social media feed, scrolling past the usual highlight reels and playful banter, only to find every timeline utterly dominated by one explosive headline. An unheard recording, directly tied to the ongoing, staggering $50 million SA lawsuit against Hall of Fame tight end turned broadcasting megastar Shannon Sharpe, has somehow slipped into the public domain. Overnight, a case progressing through standard legal channels has mutated into a sprawling media firestorm, its contents reshaping the narrative and drawing everyone from legal scholars to late-night comedians into its vortex.
My lawyers are telling, the legal team is telling me that we can't authenticate it if he said that, and he's not denying it.
The chaos began, as it often does, with cryptic whispers in niche online forums. An anonymous user claimed possession of a direct studio feed from a private call involving Sharpe and the plaintiff. What sounded like typical internet bravado quickly materialized into a chilling reality. Within hours, a 4-minute audio clip surfaced on obscure file-sharing sites, bouncing across group chats before erupting onto major commentary platforms. By sunrise, major news outlets were scrambling for confirmation, ESPN producers were frantically scrubbing segments, and brand managers everywhere were drafting crisis statements, hoping to sidestep the collateral damage from a bomb they never saw coming.
This is his statement that he did not mean it. It was in the heat of the moment, in the middle of an argument.
The moment snippets of the audio hit platforms like X and Instagram Reels, the reaction was instantaneous and fiercely polarized. Supporters immediately stressed the potential for manipulation, doctored clips, flawed chain of custody, the ease of AI voice cloning in 2025. They argued that without full context, the recording proved nothing. Critics, however, asserted that the tone alone painted a deeply concerning picture, pointing to a specific sequence where a male voice, allegedly Sharpe's unmistakable baritone, admonishes someone about not making this harder than it already is. That phrase surged across trending tabs, spawning thousands of reaction videos, memes, and armchair analyses. Digital detectives slowed the segment, analyzed background noise, posted waveform comparisons, insisting the cadence was undeniably Sharpe's. Detractors countered just as fiercely. Similarity isn't identity in the age of deepfakes. Yet, the court of public opinion rarely waits for forensic certainty.
Shannon Sharpe's willingness to pay is not an admission of anything that he did wrong. It was a willingness to pay for the protection of his family and himself.
While the internet debated authenticity, Sharpe himself launched an explosive counteroffensive, clearly taking a play from the aggressive defense playbook recently employed by other high-profile figures facing public accusations. Instead of silence, he dropped a treasure trove of text messages allegedly exchanged with his accuser. These texts, according to Sharpe and his legal team, paint a drastically different picture of the relationship, one characterized by explicit, consensual, and kinky exchanges. One particularly graphic message, now widely circulated, reportedly shows the accuser asking Sharpe to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're screwing me. Sharpe's strategy is clear. Portray the accuser not as a victim, but as an active participant in aggressive sexual dynamics, thereby undermining the lawsuit's core claims of non-consensual acts. His public statements shifted rapidly. A stoic, focus-up selfie posted at dawn was deleted minutes later after comment sections swarmed. By noon, attorney Lanny Davis issued a statement condemning malicious leaks designed to mislead, followed hours later by another hinting at forthcoming counter-evidence that would dismantle this narrative.
That's right, Ellison. Sharpe's attorney says his client's accuser is making, quote, a maliciously false claim, and Sharpe's attorney is promising a lawsuit to, quote, hold her accountable.
The plaintiff's legal team, led by the media-savvy Micah Nash and Tony Busby, known for his theatrical tactics during the Deshaun Watson cases, seized the moment created by the audio leak. In a midday press conference, Nash thanked concerned citizens for bringing the recording forward, promising rigorous forensic analysis. He remained coy on authenticity, but emphasized possession of multiple corroborating data sources, including time-stamped messages and cloud backup metadata. Busbee, true to form, simply flashed a USB drive at reporters, hinting at a wealth of material yet to come. Their strategy appeared twofold: leverage the leaked audio to apply public pressure, while simultaneously preparing to counter Sharpe's narrative-shifting text message dump.
If the former football star would proceed with legal action if the accuser were to drop her lawsuit. And Sharpe's attorney says he does not know what Sharpe would do in that scenario, but says his recommendation would be to move forward with legal action.
The corporate world reacted with swift caution. Inside ESPN headquarters, executives reportedly faced a near cinematic fallout. Cascading Slack alerts, immediate content holds on archived segments mentioning the lawsuit, and hurried discussions about journalistic standards replaced planned programming. The network wrestled with a classic media dilemma: mention the unverified leak and risk amplifying potentially false information, or ignore it and appear complicit in shielding a star. For now, evergreen segments fill airtime, while risk teams draft contingency rundowns. Sponsors, meanwhile, initiated immediate pause reviews. Beverage companies partnered with Sharpe's cognac line stepped back. A luxury watchmaker postponed a Father's Day campaign. Even brief suspensions cost millions, yet pulling ads entirely risks alienating Sharpe's loyal fan base if he's ultimately cleared. Brand teams, one VP admitted privately, now hold daily crisis stand-ups, their risk thresholds fluctuating with every new headline.
And Shannon himself is dropping receipts, and I gotta say, this doesn't look good for his accuser at all.
Amidst the corporate and legal maneuvering, the digital culture war raged. Memes flooded the internet, some depicting Sharpe nervously clutching headphones labeled unreleased audio, others humorously splicing his catchphrases into courtroom dramas. This levity laundering, as communication scholars call it, dilutes serious allegations through shareable jokes, but also keeps the story relentlessly alive. Tech enthusiasts debated spectrogram analyses and the acoustic profiles of Sharpe's Club Shay Shay studio, while others warned about the increasing sophistication of AI voice cloning. The scandal became a real-time case study in digital forensics and online verification, highlighting a stark generational divide. Older viewers urged patience and due process, while digital natives often equate shaky audio evidence with near-instant judgment.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I do see some similarities here to the Justin case. Look, Justin has now, and Johnny Depp to his credit as well, who are being falsely accused, to drop their receipts in the most public and aggressive way possible, because if you don't, the PR can deem you guilty before you even get to a court of law.
Parallel to the public spectacle, the original civil suit trudged forward. Sharpe's attorneys filed a motion to compel arbitration, citing alleged prior settlement clauses. The plaintiff's team rebutted, insisting no valid agreement exists and accusing Sharpe of attempting to dodge public accountability. Legal experts predict preliminary hearings could stretch for months, meaning the leaked clip and explosive texts might hang unverified in the public sphere indefinitely, further fueling speculation. Athlete-driven media ecosystems also grappled with the implications. Independent podcasters who idolize Sharpe worried about their own vulnerabilities. Could off-air chats or raw recordings leak? Many reportedly began purging old hard drives and tightening security protocols, a chilling reminder of the precariousness of unfiltered personal broadcasting.
And she says that she alleges that was brutal, like it was very it was aggressive.
The plaintiff alleged that the essays took place after a rocky, years-long, aggressive relationship with the sports commentator.
Lost in the noise, inevitably, is the human cost. Sources close to Sharpe describe sleepless nights and immense stress. Friends of the plaintiff recount the whirlwind of validation mixed with dread over renewed online attacks and accusations of fabrication. Mental health professionals warn that leaked evidence rarely brings resolution, often prolonging trauma by keeping painful memories in perpetual public rotation. Talk shows across the political spectrum dissected the privacy versus accountability debate. Reputation managers analyzed Sharpe's oscillating strategy: denial, partial engagement, legal threats, text message dumps, labeling it potentially risky mixed messaging.
Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was...
As the first week concluded, analytics platforms quantified the initial impact. Sharpe's follower growth plateaued, sentiment scores dipped, but YouTube recommendations surged. Forensic labs began the painstaking work of authenticating the audio, tracing its origins, hunting for timestamp discrepancies. If the leak proves authentic and corroborates misconduct, the fallout could be severe. Sponsors exiting, network contracts jeopardized. If deemed doctored or misleading, Sharpe might claim vindication, though reputational scars often linger. The legal battle over arbitration continues, potentially moving the core dispute behind closed doors, away from the public glare Sharpe seems simultaneously to be courting and condemning with his text releases. One leaked file, countered by a barrage of private messages, ignited a complex, multi-front war. Its aftershocks, legal, financial, cultural, and personal, will undoubtedly reverberate long after the initial sound and fury fade, leaving Shannon Sharpe's hard-won empire hanging precariously in the balance.